So you've just started keto, and everything is going swimmingly so far. You're a few days in, you realize that keto food is delicious, you feel more energetic, less bloated, and you can't wait to see how the rest of this story turns out. And then, somewhere towards the end of the first week, you hit a wall. Hard. You wake up in the morning and your head is throbbing. You go through the rest of the day irritable and groggy. You're tired, dizzy, and grumpy, and you want nothing more than to plop down on the couch with a tub of ice cream and kiss all this keto crap goodbye. But wait, put down the spoon. Before you go throwing away all of your hard-earned work, there's something you should know. What you're going through is called the keto flu. It's completely normal, it's temporary, and it's curable. Now, there have been lots of people who have been researching keto forever and have chosen to remain on the sidelines because of fear of the keto flu. Countless others have given up on their keto journey after less than a week after being stricken by a bad case of the keto flu. And you know what? I can't say that I blame them. Keto flu is no joke. A bad case of the keto flu can leave you feeling exactly like you're having the worst flu of your life. And really bad cases can leave you with even scarier symptoms like shortness of breath or heart palpitations. But the great news is that if you get the keto flu, you don't have to spend days in bed until you kick the symptoms. And if you haven't yet started keto, you can take preventative measures so that you don't have to experience the keto flu at all. But before we get to the cure, let's discuss what the keto flu is and why it happens. Now, some people think that the keto flu is just confirmation that your body hates ketosis. And for some, that's all the justification they need to condemn keto as just another unhealthy fad diet. The scientific reality is a little bit more complex. When you start a low-carb diet, you're doing a lot more than just making different food choices. Your body has to completely rewire itself to switch over from burning glucose to ketones as its primary fuel source. Now, while it's doing this, a couple of important things are happening behind the scenes. Now, the first thing is your body starts having to produce a lot less insulin, and that's generally a great thing. Whenever we eat carbs, your body breaks that down into sugar. Then your pancreas produces insulin to shuttle all of that glucose out of the bloodstream and into cells where it can be stored as glycogen. Now, there's a problem though. Your body can only store so much glucose in the form of glycogen. And most people on a standard Western diet consume far more carbs than they ultimately use. Anything that can't be stored as glycogen and used quickly gets stored as fat. Now, if your glycogen stores are topped off for an extended period of time, your cells will start to signal your insulin to stop trying to cram them full of more glucose. It does this by making the receptors on the cellular surface less sensitive to insulin. Essentially, your cells start giving insulin the cold shoulder. Well, over time, insulin keeps knocking on the doors of every party in town trying to get rid of its glucose, but it keeps getting turned away. Glucose then builds up in the bloodstream, and your body responds by cranking up the production of more insulin. This process is called insulin resistance, and it's a precursor to diseases like diabetes and obesity. And it's one of the reasons that a low-carb diet is just so effective at promoting weight loss and reversing diseases like diabetes. When you restrict your carb intake low enough to trigger ketosis, your body starts having to produce a lot less insulin. Your blood sugar stays low and your body finally gets a chance to burn through its glycogen stores. As a result, you start shedding pounds like a crazy person. This is why so many people experience such dramatic weight loss within their first week on the keto diet. Every gram of glycogen that you store binds itself to 3 to 4 grams of water. Now, we can hold on to 1 to 2 pounds of glycogen alone, which means that when we start burning through our glycogen stores, it's not uncommon for people to lose 10, 15, or even 20 pounds. But when you lose that much water that quickly, you get crazy dehydrated. Not only that, but the lower levels of insulin in your bloodstream will trigger your kidneys to dump sodium. But you need that sodium in order to maintain a normal fluid balance in your body. So this just amplifies the effects of your dehydration. And that's ultimately what causes the keto flu. The great news is that once you understand what causes it, curing it or preventing it is pretty simple. Step 1 is just to drink more water. This will help you to compensate for all the water you're losing as you're dumping your glycogen reserves. Don't go nuts. There is such a thing as overhydration. Just monitor the color of your urine. If it starts coming out clear, you're probably okay. But if it's a deep yellow color, you're probably not drinking enough. Now, while you're at it, make sure to supplement your electrolytes. Sodium, magnesium, and potassium all work together to regulate muscle function and maintain a proper fluid balance in your body. For sodium, an easy fix is just adding a bit more salt to your food. There are some potassium supplements that you can use for this same purpose. Now, we like to supplement our magnesium in capsule form every night before bed because it helps us to get some of the best sleep that we've had in years. Another super convenient trick that has been a lifesaver for us is Zip Fizz. Zip Fizz is a delicious tasting, sugar-free vitamin and electrolyte supplement. It's packed with potassium and has a moderate amount of magnesium and sodium. It's also got vitamins C, E, B vitamins, and some antioxidants. A couple of these a day will help you keep the keto flu away. Some people also swear by bone broth for similar reasons. Well-made bone broth extracts tons of vitamins and minerals from the bones, and it's super convenient, easy, and healthy to have a mug full of bone broth every day. Now, hydrating and getting more electrolytes should be sufficient for addressing any keto flu symptoms that you might be having. But it's important to make sure that you're getting enough fat and you're taking it easy from a physical activity standpoint while you're getting fat adapted. Your body is still in the process of figuring out how to burn fat for energy, and so you'll probably experience a degradation in physical performance if you're the athletic type. Now that said, studies do show that performance ramps up and people typically perform even better after they become fully fat adapted. That normally takes around 4 to 6 weeks for most people. So that's the keto flu. What causes it, what cures it, and how to prevent it. Did you find this video helpful? Thumbs up if you liked it, comment if you've tried it, and subscribe if you want to go on this keto family adventure with us. See you guys next time.